Cody. That I don't want to get. Cody's playing music. Sorry. I want to say hi to everybody, but thank you, Hannah Banana and Sly and Becky. Um, it's weird because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty much only here tonight because Leida just tried to strike my channel. And I mean, I do have a lot of updates for you. I do want to go live all the time like I used to, but if she's gonna pull this with me like she did with the dog, like, let's rewind back 6 months ago, right before I left. I was covering Leida and she with the dog, and I mean, she must have put 8 million privacy strikes on me, and I knew this was coming. So it's just crazy. You know what's crazy? Let me tell you what's crazy. You have David and Annie, right? And their baby just went through, um, you know, something, and you see them on Instagram, and you see them giving updates and caring about their baby as any normal person should, and what they're going through, and how they're, you know, and then I mean, I was reporting on Annie and David, who were trying to save their baby, and at the same time, you have Leida and Eric, who just. And I try not to even post about David and Annie because I was like, I don't want people getting confused about the baby post because it's two differently wild stories. Touch a Class. I like that name. My aunt owned a beauty shop, and it was called Touch a Class a million years ago. Anyhow, so all of it's wild, and like I'm still trying to figure out my life and the direction it needs to go in. Thank you, Becky S. I don't know who got on, but thank you. Did I plan on coming back to YouTube at some point? Probably. You know, but I wasn't ready for it yet, to be honest with you. And like 6 months wasn't enough time for me. But here we are. And I have decided as a person to let all the hate in my heart go. And because when you carry so much hate from like, oh, this one did this to me and that one did that to me, and it leads you to where I was on my last live. That and a myriad of other reasons. But I never, I was posting on IG. I didn't want any of this. But I know that Leida's a terrible person. And I've been covering her for years. I mean, let's talk about Leida's past since we've known her from 90 Day. So, baby unaliver, 6 felony counts for theft and embezzlement and wire fraud, and she walked away from all those. She had a photographer that she used her services for. That photographer had to get a restraining order against her. She's been in court a million times. I mean, is quite an adulteress, or should we get Irish Paul back here? Because I'm pretty sure Irish Paul came back around. When I was covering the last Leida story, and if you don't know who Irish Paul is, it was from like 6 years ago. It was a long time ago, but Leida was having a inappropriate relationship with him. Because according to Leida, and I've heard this firsthand from her voice, and she's told this to other people, Eric is the worst person in bed, and that she'd rather set herself on fire than have to fuck him. Irish Paul, remember Irish Paul? And I didn't want to drag Irish Paul into this, but she ruined his life. He's Irish Paul because he lives in Ireland. She found out where this guy works. She found out all his family. She literally ruined his life. So that's Leida. Also, I don't look at, this isn't my bread and butter anymore. This isn't my income. I haven't used YouTube in half a year. Me and Cody really had to grow up fast and fix everything that was broken. So I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. And thank God for a 90 Day Fiance update on Instagram for just adding me to posts while I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. It's different. Everything is weird. Hi, everybody in the chat. It's just all weird. So you know what? I think we need just like a little break. I mean, a laugh.
Teeny, teeny, tiny shots you give yourself every day. And what it does is, hey, wake up. Give me the...
Hi, I'm back. I'm covering Leida. So I am trying to navigate these new waters with you because I carry so much hate in my heart for so long, and it got me nowhere. And I'm sure a lot of people carry that against me. And I'm just willing at this point to be like, I'm giving everybody a clean slate. Everybody. And at one point, we all used to laugh and together, and at some point we were all friends and whatever. YouTube happened. But I'm giving everybody a clean slate. You'd be surprised to see the names in my chat if you've been following me for a while. But I've decided that it's just, and honestly, letting go of all that, it feels like a 500-pound person was sitting on your chest, and it's just, you could breathe again. So with that being said, here we are with Leida. So Leida tried to privacy strike me. She did that multiple times, like 20 times when I was covering the puppy story. She got one of the videos down. I'm hoping that she doesn't get this one down, but I'm going to ask, and I see a lot of creators in here, Brooke, Kendra, Star. I think you had a channel at one point. I don't know if you have one anymore, but I want to ask all of you a favor. I mean, I even unblocked Cooch. So if my video goes down, and I downloaded it, well, Geneva helped me with that, but repost it. You have hands of God. I will not strike you. Download it and repost it on your channel. And then I'll just repost it on mine. I mean, she did a timestamp from it was the whole live, and I didn't show anything that would warrant a privacy strike. The time she got me last time was because I was reading directly off the police report because it's public record on a live, and that's how she got one of my videos down. So I would ask everybody to repost it. I'm going to. You don't have to, and you won't get. It's the one time I'm actually giving Cooch my blessing to post a video of mine. Uh, so and Leida doesn't know. I can't say too much, but I had people from Indonesia messaging me. All the literal skeletons, and I say skeletons because Leida likes to unalive people, in Leida's closet are coming out. Like I found out today that there is no funeral. I mean, there's going to be no funeral, and that they're having a small service. Which, what does that mean? No funeral. None. Nothing to commemorate the very short life of this poor sweet kid. Let me read verbatim what I was told. There's not going to be any proper funeral for the baby. I guess it's going to be a private, small one. That's what I was told, and the person who's sending me this would know. I also know that on Saturday the 5th, hours after Eric got arrested at the gas station around 7 o'clock in the morning, baby's still fine because Leida's asking someone to give her a lift to her car. How about that? Add that to the timeline. I'm sitting on something very big that I can't say yet. Oh, did you say receipts?
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
I know it's hard to see my house. But yeah. She's a baby unaliver. And the fact that she's now like trying to target my YouTube shows you like how rusty, but go ahead. I'm surprised she hasn't hit my IG. But that'll come too. It will. I also found out today, and this is alleged because I can't verify it, that Leida had a condo in Indonesia, in Jakarta, that she was making money off of, that may or may not be sold. Like, when I am telling you that people are reaching out to me from all over the world about her, I'm not lying. Oh, one more time.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, every.
Always a Coke bottle. I mean, some things don't change. Yes, and she also has a lot of assets for someone that's living in a housing complex that you're only allowed to make a certain amount of money. So there's that. I'm not editing my live. No. She used the entire live as a timestamp. I'm not, no, it's staying up. I'm not touching it. They might take it down, they may not. I don't know. I'll put it back up. Well, and then Eric intimated that, like, because I think Eric called it like, she was scamming this place where she's living now. Where she's living now. Like she should not be living there. You can't be selling a $70,000 Corvette and live in a place where you're only allowed to make like $35,000 a year to live there. Like places like that are to give people with lower incomes like a nice place to live. That's the whole point of it. So you don't have to live in some like shithole. And if you make too much, and they look over stuff with a fine-tooth comb, those places. And me and Cody tried getting a place at one of them, and we made too much. I'm like, we made too much. Are you, huh? Um, but yeah, like, so it is what it is. I don't know. People keep asking me like, well, if she, if she was, and if she isn't, she was in Indonesia. Eric said it in those texts, and it was confirmed by someone else that she had spoken to. And they're like, well, if she was, guilty, why would she come back? Because Leida's cocky as fuck. And she's literally gotten away with murder before. And since she's been here, she's always found like, someone to deal with her. What's that? Why are neighbors taking her to court? So in my head, and that's the only answer I can give people. Why would she go to Indonesia and then come back if she did it? Because in Leda's head, she knew she would get away with it. Look at her. Okay. Today's what? Saturday? Was it? When did she get out of the hospital? Thursday or Friday? Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? I can't keep track anymore. Let me look. Was it yesterday that she got out? Let's see. Yeah, a day ago. No, wait. 2 days ago, she got out. She went in on Sunday and had to appear from court. Like, if you don't think Leida is playing chess, like, she has court on Monday. So she checks herself into the psych ward, right? Now, listen, for me, who's been to the psych ward, and you've all seen me, right? Like, because I'm crazy. When you go to the psych ward and you are committed, you don't get a phone. There's no phone. And if you remember what was going on back, you know what? Let's not even talk about that. But I don't even go into that. But you don't get a cell phone. Amber, I thought I had already done that, but yeah, hold on. Um, no, she wasn't blocked. She wasn't blocked. I never blocked. She could have come in. So you don't get your cell phone. And during that time, I was told by a few people that she was communicating and texting people while she was in there. So, and again, I don't know if it's a state by state thing. I would assume that like it would be like that across the country, like that if when you're in a nut house you can have your cell phone. I mean, I maybe Wisconsin is different. I don't know. But they were pretty adamant where I was so that no one could have their phone. Um, so I like, in my opinion, I just think she checked herself into the hospital. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I can go to the hospital right now and be like, oh, like, I had this weird pain in between my ribs and they got to take you. I don't know. I doubt if she was there for mental anything, she wouldn't be on the phone. But again, I could be wrong, you know. So she gets out, and then what was it? What was she doing 2 hours later? Let me look at my Instagram. Right. So 1 hour after Leida's out, she's already on YouTube, but she's crazy and she needs mental help. And don't forget, Leida's pleading insanity for the dog case. Remember when I said months ago that Eric was going to make a statement and then he was going to take the blame, and then he came out with the statement and took the blame. And what I'm hearing now is that Leida is desperately trying to get him back. That's why, I know I touched on this on the last one, but that's why he dropped it. And I wouldn't be surprised because I called it last time, but I don't know if he took her back. And Eric is the one that keeps allowing it. And I have a feeling that they're going to wind up back together. And then I don't know if Eric will take any type of credit or blame for saying, like, oh, I slapped the baby, I made a mistake, it was my, I don't know if Eric's going to put in that line, but I don't know. I know that everybody in our apartment complex can't stand her. Nobody wants anything to do with her. I know that nobody wants anything to do with her on YouTube. I saw her enter Miss X's chat last night, and I'm not being shady by any means. I actually defended Miss X on my last live, and no one was giving her the time of day, and rightfully so. And I think that Leida is really scrambling right now, and because she's always had like the John haters, that's what kept Leida going. The people that hated me, she would go in all their chats. And we're all adults here. We all know that. And now guess what, Leida? All those John haters are in my chat right now. So what does that tell you? What does it tell you that all of us can drop everything because that's how important this is? And like I said, I let it all go in my heart. I couldn't carry the burden, and I think that's what ultimately drove me as crazy as I got in those last days on YouTube. I remember we were losing the house. Hope just died. I mean, my last few weeks on YouTube before, it was just one horrible thing after another. But I'm happy that we can all agree, finally, that she did this. A baby unaliver. And you know, Leida, you trying to silence me is a real bad look for you right now. Because let me tell you why. Do you know how many outlets are messaging me? I mean, like, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything like that, but if there's anything I ever had, it was connections. Connections to the cast. I mean, you've seen me and Cody take road trips, hang out at people's houses. Like, you know, for a long time, we were 90 Day, you know? And I've kept up with those connections, and you'd be real surprised how many TMZ reporters still follow me, in touch, people, whatever. Um, and the reason why no one's going with this yet, because I know a lot of people are asking, like, why is no one talking about this yet? Why is no one? Because no one wants to get sued. Most places, most outlets are looking for the charge. You know, before they can, like, they all know she did it. Everyone knows she did it. Everyone. But they, you know, and I understand it. You know, I get it. You know, these are, you know, Leida can go after them for millions, and then Leida lives a better life. So, but trust me, there are eyes on this. A cast member from the biggest cable TV show in the world, 90 Day Fiance. Oh yeah. I mean, look how much coverage what's her name got. The other AB Iller K. Casey Anthony. She wasn't on a show. I hope she does too. I mean, I don't even know if it's still a thing. I know. I feel like I'm like old hat, honestly, like hanging on to Instagram. I, you know, I mean, I switched from Twitter then to Instagram then to YouTube, and I tried TikTok, but like, yeah, no, this is a hobby for me now. Like, I look at this like reporting on the shows, like I did like when I first started. You know, I work a full-time job that everybody needed me to work. So me and Cody are both working more than full time. So I look at this like, you know, it's just something. It's not the big deal it used to be to me, because that was my job, was making money off YouTube. Um, but now I have the license and the freedom pretty much to focus on this, and that's the only reason why I'm here on YouTube or went live at all. If you would have said to me before this happened, did you ever think you'd be on YouTube? I would have said no. Um, but this is too important to not talk about. And I know everyone in this chat and pretty much every human who's following the story knows you did it. Cody, can you say hi? Everyone's asking about you.
Hello.
Here's Cody. I know he's usually he's chatting up in the background, but he's here. He's right next to you. He's right there. Oh, so like in prison. That's good to know. I mean, I just don't have the time. I don't. Back in the day, yeah, I would probably be on YouTube 24/7, honestly. But now I don't have that pleasure. Give me 1 second, guys. Talk amongst yourself for a few minutes. I'll give you a topic. It's a cashew. It's a peanut. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah. But what's important is that 7 o'clock in the morning. Let me just so I got this the right way. 9 o'clock in the morning on July 5th. Leida's only concerned about our car and how to get there. Hey, Oceanside, you know I'm an Oceanside sailor. So we know that at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, July 5th, the baby, I guess, was okay in Leida's eyes because she's asking someone to get a ride. So let that sink in. This is just a terrible, terrible thing done by a terrible, terrible woman. And here we are. I'm going to drop the link. You know what? Let me drop the link for Leida. And you know what, Leida? I will let you sit here and tell your whole story, and I won't say a word. Convince me you didn't unalive that baby. Convince us. Eric's talking to people off the internet who he doesn't even know. So I think clear it up. She won't. Of course she won't. But I will say this. I will let you say whatever you want. I won't even interrupt you. I won't cut in. I will sit here like this and listen. And I think that my chat will also listen. She's not going to take anyone's link, Brooke. So keep trying to silence me. I think Leida is feeling maybe overly cocky because none of the big outlets reported on this yet. I'm telling you right now, the second the charges are dropped, the whole world is going to be talking about this. I don't know, the whole world. I mean, I know people in Turkmenistan will be talking about Leida and this baby, but you get my drift. Where did I pull Turkmenistan from? Well, I mean, she has this attorney already making statements for her about it after years of bullying online. Don't they know that Leida was the front and center of it? Come on. I don't know. She'll get the fame that she's always wanted. Part of me almost thinks she did it on purpose to get fame. She is so evil and diabolical that she would do something like that. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Leida would do something like that just to get more fame. Because I do. There's nothing about her that I wouldn't. Cody has a 1 in the air. There's nothing about her that I wouldn't put past her. I mean, she tried to set up Eric already. She's been planting the seeds, in the C-section group. And I could just see her in the court. Oh, judge, look, here's this post I made. I was, she's using the insanity plea for the dog, right? So she's setting up all these seeds to do it with the baby. I think anything's admissible. I mean, I'm no detective. I'm certainly not a lawyer, but I would think that anything that Leida sends anybody, text, Instagram story, whatever, would be admissible. That would be my best guess. And let's talk about that. How? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, as I usually am. I just don't know how, but I'm guessing that no one in the hospital would know that Leida pleaded insanity for abusing a puppy 2 days before the baby was born. I want to say someone dropped the ball somewhere, but how would the hospital know that? You know what I mean? I don't know. Brooke, you would know, maybe. Like, do doctors and nurses like get any type of like notification from like police when there's a potential threat to like a possible newborn? I don't know. No, she hasn't been. She's walking free, striking my channel as we speak. No, which I also don't understand. But I guess the detectives have to do their work, and I'm sure that a case like this, you need to have all your ducks in a row. Uh-oh. She tried to, Jen. What, like, listen, I'm not trying to be messy here, and I'm certainly not trying to start anything with anybody. I don't even understand why she. I'm not trying to be shady towards him, but he does have like a less than stellar record, like Leah, like Lita. I will just say that to be pleasant about it. She has, and that's why she's like this. I'm thinking. Hold on. Another reason why I didn't want to cover this because then this forces me to like talk about other creators, and I don't want to. This just reaffirms a lot for me right now why I left YouTube, to be honest with you. She's in that chat with the psycho that called the police to Cody's mom's house, and that psycho is kissing her ass. That psycho is also married to a pedophile. I should say that. So, I mean, the bar is set real low on that. But Lita's saying, hello, I'm doing okay. Prayer hands. No one cares if you're doing well, Lita. Like, I'm doing well, prayer hand, prayer. What do you say? See this shit? What Brooke just said? This is the shit that drove me crazy. When I was live for like a week straight saying Lita did this to the puppy, Lita shouldn't have a kid, Lita needed blah 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 blah. Nobody wanted to hear it. Because you know what? You know what he should do? Doesn't Roadhog have kids? Or did they just fake their pregnancy and not have one? I can't keep up. I don't. He should have Leida come babysit. Invite Leida over. Go out dancing for the night. See what state your kids are in when they come home. I don't know. Boom, you're roasted. I mean, haven't used that line in quite a while. Um, anybody associating with her are people that you don't want around you. No emotion. Hold on, I'm reading. Oh, and that's it. That's why. And they're because this guy's so horny for my attention. I realized a while ago that no matter how much we all try to hide from each other, like me in the 6 months, we're all that's a hard word to say. Nope, wrong. Inexplicably, nope, that's wrong too. I know the word, I can't say it. Jesus, I need a lifeline. Inexplicit, whatever that word I'm trying to say. That word. Inexplicable. Inexplicably. No, this doesn't sound right. Whatever. It makes sense. Yes, whatever that. Yeah, thank you. That word. Uh, it's just to get a reaction out of me. I'm like, let's talk about like human beings. Go, Cody. Hold on. Yeah, I just need to. I need a um. And it's like that. Just like saddens me. Honestly, a lot of people have messaged me lately. People who I couldn't stand. And if I didn't get back to you or anything, like, it's because I'm trying this just new outlook on life where like you just gotta you gotta let things go. And honestly, to everybody who's watching and especially to the content creators in this chat, carrying the hate in your heart, and I know you guys do because I did. And I see lives. And you gotta let it go. Because you know what? What it boiled down with me is that I could hate everybody and keep that with me and wake up angry and then go on live and attack and attack and attack. And I was doing that for quite a while, just like everybody else in our little community. Like, let's just all call a spade a spade. All of us do it. Or you can just let it all go. And I never thought, because I'm a giant grudge holder. Like, I hold a grudge like no one's fucking business. I'm Italian, I'm stubborn, I'm an Aries. Like, I am like the epitome of grudge holder, okay? And that's what I did. I held grudges for years and years and years and years. And you saw what it did to me. And that's why I'm sure people are surprised to see people in the chat that like, but you gotta let it go. Wait, Brooke, I'm looking at what you just sent me. What? And for me to say it on a live, Brooke, hold on. I'm looking at what you texted me. It should show you how far I've come. I'm not gonna do this. Like, I'm not gonna do like a back and forth with this idiot. No, I know, because Brooke will circle it. Whatever you need me to see, circle it so I can see it. I'm not. I mean, like, listen, I can do a clean slate with everybody. Like I said, I even unblock Maria. That should show you how like committed I am to just like starting. I even unblocked Maria, and I'm saying Maria's name in a chat because I just want all this hate and anger off of me. And I mean, and there are idiots like this guy that's live right now who's letting a baby killer, and that's the first time I said that out loud, who's letting a baby killer in their chat just to get at me. Listen, I even half defended Maria on my last live. I hate what happened to this community. I hate that we were all friends. It was a 90-day thing where like we were all talking about the show, and I don't know when it went haywire. I don't know. But it just went to shit and fest. And it was terrible. And then it just got so ugly. All of it. All of it. You're getting in, like, it was like Oprah, like, you're getting an RO, you're getting an RO, you're getting, like, it was, and I was part of it. And listen, I can tell you with full sincerity that I have watched some of my lives back, and I'm like, humiliated, embarrassed that I could act like that on lives. Like, and then, like, when it really hit home for me, and I'll tell you why. A couple of my friends that I've known since, like, I don't know, third grade, because I despite what people think, like, my friends I've had in my real life, I've known my whole life. I've kept them. Like, and I was at a funeral a few months ago, and they're like, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos. And I go, what happened to you? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you fucking botched, John. And I'm like, yeah. I was. And that's why, like, I wanted to be gone longer. And I didn't know if I had planned on coming back, like, for maybe one live, just to be like, listen, we weathered the storm or whatever. But I did want to come back at one point just to be like, yeah, we're okay. But me and Cody have been like working. You have no idea. Like, we have real jobs. We worked in a building. It's not delivering, Um, and then we work 10 to 12 hours there. And then, what we do afterwards? Then we work and we do deliveries. for like in like a couple hours afterwards until our bodies give out. And I wanted us, my a big thing is I didn't want to come back until I felt better about myself because of everything that happened and I let myself go and blah blah blah. I wanted to be proud of where we were when we came back. And three, I didn't want anybody saying that like we grifted our way out of the hole, out of the tunnel, out of whatever. I wanted to, and that's why I haven't been live. I don't want people saying, "Oh, look, he's using his YouTube money." YouTube money. I get like $100 a check now. So, but I wanted to do this by ourselves and show everybody what I know that we're capable of, and that what we've done in the past. It's a lot. And I ruined a lot of friendships, and I take the blame for a lot. You know, people push my buttons, and then I reacted. And that's something that I'll never make that mistake again. Like when you lose, let me tell you something. When you lose your house because of online shit, that's something. And like, we were like, oh my God, I just wanted to burn this all on fire. And the other part of me was like, I put my soul into this, like, blogging and Instagramming for a decade. And not many people get the opportunity that I got. Not that I got like a giant opportunity or anything, like, but like not many people can like rise up from being a nobody to like, someone with like hundreds of thousands of followers. I had a broken arm a decade ago, which got me on Twitter, which got me live tweeting because I was bored and sitting at the house alone. Never had any intention for any of this. And there's no like guidebook to like how to get famous overnight and how to deal with it. Like I don't know. So, and I made a lot of very bad decisions. And that's my fault. And I own it. And there are a million things I wish I could take back, but I can't because the floodgate was open. And here we are. So that's why I said I'm giving everybody a clean slate. And if you guys want to give me a clean slate in return, that's up to you. But I just can't live with hate in my heart because it will ruin you. And the people who are still doing this, still fighting with people online, and I'm not trying to be specific or shady, it's just a generality. People who are still fighting, it's because they enjoy it. It's because they like it. It's because it gets some views or gets them a cash app or whatever. For me, I knew it was time to go. And my only regret, well, I have a lot of regrets, but in this instance, I should have left YouTube at the end of 2022 when everything fell apart. That's when I should have left. But I was still like, you know, a big shot then. And I'm not going to let these people run me off because my pride and my ego wouldn't let me. And that's the honest truth. And then I saw that money I was making on YouTube, 7,000 a month, 8,000 a month. I mean, I made 13 grand for Peyton's interview. When you see money like that, it's hard to like turn your back on it. Especially people who are like, you know, working like, you know, shitty jobs. And so it's hard to say like, you know, I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk away. It's hard. But I wish that I had done it then. That's my big regret. Because the last, honestly, you've seen it. 2023, 2024, all that court bullshit. It's a joke. So, you know, I've been trying to grow and be a better person. And this is what I found. And I hope, I don't know if other creators in our community feel the same way as I do, but if you're really feeling like I felt, walk away. And I'm telling you, your old self comes back because I didn't even know who I was anymore. I was so angry and bitter and mad all the goddamn time. I'd be at the goddamn supermarket, and if I had to wait like 30 seconds for the cashier, I'd lose my shit. I had all this pent up rage and anger. I couldn't see past it. Thank you. And like, I don't like, that's why I said, like, you know, you see a lot of people in my chat. And maybe if we were all adults, me being one of them, we could have all fixed this long ago. But it is what it is, and here we are now. Should I get like a red hat and say "Make 90 Day Fiance community great again"? Should I do that? But when people say, like, you know, John, are you disgusted? And I, oh, absolutely, absolutely disgusted. It was my friends, honestly. When one of my friends one of my best friends that I've known since second grade, thank you, Brooklyn. She said, I watched your videos. Who the fuck are you? And this is while we're eating, like, you know, she's on a barbecue in her backyard. We're eating hot dog. And I'm like, huh? She's like, who is this John? And I'm like, and then she was like, I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, watch this. And she pulled up a clip, and I was like, humiliated, sitting there with someone I've known for over 40 years, since second grade. And when, thank God for my friend that pointed that out to me, because I don't know if I would have stepped out of it, honestly. Um, and I treated my friends poorly, and I treated everybody shit like shit. I did. I was so riddled with hate. I just want to spread it. And I did a lot of horrible things. And, you know, some of you might believe me, some of you might not. I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, but getting back to Leida, she unalived this baby. And everyone in this chat knows it. And I'm not here on YouTube trying to make money because I wrote this up a while ago. I'm just on YouTube right now to aggravate Leida, to be honest with you, because I'm, a leopard doesn't change the spots, I'm still petty. But, if you're going to, be honest, if you're going to report me and try to silence me, then I'll just do this every night. Just like she did last time. She reported me, so I reread that police report, but I didn't show it on camera. And also, I want to say this. I'm sorry. There were a lot of people I cut off. I mean, I cut off everybody. When I left in YouTube in January or February or whatever month it was, I cut off everybody. I stopped talking to friends and enemies. Because and you've been, if you know me, I've tried to leave YouTube a million times and never worked. Every time I realize when I tried to leave and get away from the drama that, and I don't say this, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but it was my friends that were keeping me in it. And I'm not being shady, and it's just how it was. So I cut off everybody. So if you haven't heard from me and you were my friend, it's just I needed silence in my head. I needed to be in my own brain and have my thoughts in my head and feel like myself again. So that's just me being completely honest about everything that happened in the last 6 months. Oh my God. Thank you. So like I said, I have given everybody a clean slate. I don't know what my plans are. I don't know, because I've talked to Cody about this. Like, the Hunt for Love show's on, and like me and Tiffany are like this. Patrick, do not give me any money for a super chat. Oh my, Pat, I'm gonna cash up. Patrick, what's your cash app? I'm sending it back to you right now. I can't take money from you. No way. Wait, hold on. I can't take money from you, Patrick. I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. Is Tiffany with Tim? Ask Tiffany if she grew a dick. Oh, John, that is the limit.
About Tiffany? John?
Damn, slut. Patrick, please. I'm sending you back that money. I appreciate it. Listen, Tiffany likes bad guys. This is like why I kind of miss doing the recaps, because I had that Vanessa interview. I knew about Hunt for Love from beginning to end back in December, 6 months before it aired. Watch my Vanessa interview. She tells the whole season. But Tiffany likes herself a bad boy. Hi, Ronald. Tiffany likes him like, a little haggard. Like, so there is no way in hell. Like, could you see like Tiffany riding Tim? No. Tiffany, I love Tiffany. He's one of my best friends. No, no, no. Any talk of Tiffany and Tim, I mean, like, no, no, no. Mm-mm. Come on, did anybody really believe that Tiffany and Tim would be like a couple? Tim's vagina is bigger than hers. Like, I don't understand like why people would think this. Hey Tim. Um oh man. How many different ways can I get in trouble in one life?
Just wait.
No, not together. No way. But like I was saying, like, I knew about the Hunt for Love and like, Happily on, and I was like, maybe we should like try to. No, it's cool. Like Tim's fun. Tim's great. Listen, I have no beef with Tim. Thank you, Deborah. Wait, I'm texting Patrick. Hold on. I need to give him back his money. But yeah, I miss it. I miss going live and shooting the shit with y'all and talking about the shows and housewives and not sister wives and 90 Day, and I got a lot of texts from people. Oh god. I'm not gonna give that idiot the time of day he wants. Like, listen, that hog person is so desperate for my attention that he'll let a baby killer in his chat. This is also the same person that faked a pregnancy to get money. And again, I'm not here to like be shady against other YouTubers. Oh my god. Seriously? Um I'm not trying to be messy here. But seriously, William and Debbie loves to chat about just two people kissing Leida's ass and Roadhogs. Like, when you've gotten that low, I don't even know. Again, why didn't she like, grieving for her daughter? It's fine. It's fine. Like, hold on, let me open the chat. Poor Patrick had to send me a super chat because he couldn't chat. Hold on. How do I do this? It's been so long. Is it analytics or which is the one that you change it on? Details. I don't remember how to fix this. Mm-hmm. Because you know why, Geneva? You know why? Because Leida knew she did the job. And again, allegedly, in my opinion, we all know what she did. It's because, you know, why Leida wrote off the baby so fast? Because she knows that she did a good job in killing it. And was shocked that they like put her on life support. That's how I see it. Jesus, I'm gonna like blown up like crazy right now. Leida, in that broken English still. I'm not someone who talked to these journalists. Tebow, can I ask you a question? And I'm not even trying to be shady. I'm not, I promise you. It's a real legit question. Hey Joe, hey cousin Joe, I'm sorry. I'm not really. Yeah. See, well, I saw like your community post about, yeah, exactly. You knew where I was going with that. Like, can you explain that? Again, see what I am not trying to be shady, but I did. I like listen. I'm looking at everybody with a side eye who's like allowing her in the chat. So, not that you allowed her in the chat, but like I kind of am curious about that. After it was before I saw the IG videos. Okay, that's fair. All right, that's fair. I'll take that. Honestly, that's fair. It's a fair answer. I'm sure a lot of people who didn't think at first. No, I'm good with that answer. No, the only link I dropped is for Lita. That's the only person that I'll allow to take a link. I don't. I'll drop it again. I don't want anybody else taking it. If you take it, I'm gonna kick you out. So, but she's so busy on YouTube as we speak. You'd think she'd come up and clear her good name. You're on YouTube right now, right, Lita? In a chat. So while you're on YouTube, not grieving the daughter that you killed, why not come up on my channel and try to convince people that you didn't do it? Because we all know you're full of shit. No, that's fair, but it did seem like you were like, oh, you know what I mean. But you answered it, so that's it. That's you answered the question. I accept it. We're good. Not that we weren't, but we're good. Wait, what? Look how wait. Let me hold on. Let me bring this on the overlay because you need to see this. Hold on. It's gonna take me a sec. Rusty as fuck. You know what? I'm just gonna be old school John and pull and show it to the screen. Because I don't feel like doing all this drama. I'm blurred. Hold on. I'm gonna have to upload it. Okay. It's gonna take me a second, sorry. I'm still here, I'm just I forgot what a pain in the ass all this shit was. Sean H327 profile. Messages. Okay. Give me one more second, guys. I promise you I'll almost have it uploaded. Media assets. There we are. So Debbie was a pedophile. I good to talk to nobody. And then Leida, I'm not someone who talked to these so-called journalists. I blocked them all. Show. God is my witness. Who the fuck says that? God witnessed you killing your baby. And again, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. You know, and I'm not looking to make money off YouTube. I'm not here because I'm trying to monetize off any of this shit. But Leida's a baby killer. She killed that baby. And I'm done pussyfooting around it. Leida killed that baby. And watch Eric. Because I'm telling you, Eric's going to take her back. I'm telling you, Eric, if they're not already back together already. So why do I call them monsters? Both Eric and Leida?
You're a monster.
Because here's why. Because Eric kept taking her back over and over and over again. Eric kept saying, oh, it's okay. It was my fault. Leida doesn't know. God is my witness. Mark my words. Like I said last time, I put that clip in my story where I said, Leida should never have a baby. Mark my words that Eric, the pussy marine that he is, a disgrace to our country and nation, that gets this horrible Indonesian woman to rob American companies and then kill American babies. Yeah. Eric is just as bad as she is, if not worse, honestly. because Eric could have stopped this a long time ago, but he kept her, and he kept covering for her. So why do I call Eric a monster? Is because he covers for her. That's why. And I said it. Now, I'm not trying to get old views on my old videos, but I said when I first covered the puppy thing, I said, watch, Eric will make a statement saying it was his fault. And not 4 days later, he did. Only God is my witness? Huh? And whoever this idiot is, inquiring minds, she sent a few texts and people have already built a case against her off a few words she wrote. Off a few words. Get this off my screen. Off a few words she wrote. Off a few words she wrote. Are we in like crazy land? Oh shit. A few words she wrote. So yeah. And again, Leida just got out of the fucking loony bin, according to her. That it's so convenient for Leida to check herself into the hospital. I'm smoking a cigarette because I'm annoyed. It's so. That's why my camera's off. It's so crazy for Leida to. Oh my god! Like I can't. Hey, Julie. I Julie, I don't know if you just got here, but like forget. I mean, like a few words she wrote. You should make a list of everybody defending Leida. It'll be a short one, but a list nonetheless. And then when you make that list of everybody defending Leida, look into their background. Real. And it's just sad that YouTube, this community, well, I don't know who the hell Hog belongs and where he goes, but that people would be so hateful to allow not only a puppy beater, but a baby killer in their chat to get at me. Could you imagine that? So unhappy and desperate for attention that you'd have a baby killer in your chat. Because that's all you care about. I'm not here for the clicks and views. I gave up YouTube 6 months ago. I don't give a fuck. It's not my income. I don't rely on YouTube for like my money anymore. Like, when Leida tried to strike me with the privacy thing, like I was like, whatever. I don't like take the video down. I don't care. We'll repost it, but what am I gonna do? He is some asshole that has been desperate for my dick for a long time. He posted Cody's testicles. He faked a pregnancy with his wife. He also got arrested a handful of times for beating his wife. I think he has multiple restraining orders on him, and it would make sense why he would allow a baby killer in his chat. I'm not even trying to be messy. I'm just shooting facts. What? Oh my God. No, don't give the link to this guy's page. I mean, if you want to go watch him, it's up to you. I can't control the airwaves. I tried that and it didn't work. And I wound up losing friendships because I got mad that somebody went there and someone wasn't respecting me. And like, it's like, you can't do that. Because, you know, ultimately, we're all strangers, right? None of us have met each other. I mean, I'm sure a few of us have met each other. Like, you know, me and Julie, you know, but like, for the most part, none of us have ever met each other. We're just all strangers on the internet. Into the trap, like thinking like, oh, I could be best friends with this person who lives like, you know, a million miles away, and but online friendships, you're just, especially here on YouTube, they're as good as their last day. Because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Someone might say, oh, John Yates said this about me, and like then everything turns. So online friendships, really, they're only as good as their last day. Because you never know, especially like with the recycling of friends and people, and I hate you one day, I love you the next. It's very confusing, and it is what it is. But I anybody allowing this person to be in their chat, I mean, it is what it is. And I know that a lot of people figured that like I was down. I am. I don't know where I am anymore. I don't know if I want to be on YouTube. I kept my 90 Day Fiance update, kept my page running. And God bless them for it. Because after we had to leave the house, and I didn't know. I just wanted to delete everything and throw it all away. And they were like, don't do it. Let me add you to some posts. Think about it. You know, that way your name is still being mentioned. And God bless 90 Day Fiance update for that. Because if it weren't for them, I would have been completely gone. It's hard to give up what you put your soul into for a decade. Wait, what is Julie saying? But Leida has committed. I mean, if you're a Catholic, every cardinal sin. I'm just happy. Like I'm upset that like no one listens to me the first time about the dog. But I understand people not wanting to listen to me because everybody hated me. I get it. I mean, it's a shitty reason why not to listen to it, but it is what it is nonetheless. Um, But I'm a different person. Well, I'm working on being a different person. I'm working on being my old self. And it was my old self that got me popular and that got me on YouTube and that made like I wasn't so hateful and you know life is very quick. And when Cody fell on that floor, he's like the Cody, everyone knows Cody is like my world. And when he fell on that floor, my first thought was Reagan. I thought he was having an aneurysm. That's how Reagan, and I didn't know what to do. And honestly, it was the scariest moment of my life. It wasn't like when he fell, he was unresponsive on the floor, and like I was like, John, so like your priorities in your mind change, everything changes. To see Leida, and that just happened. It was like a few weeks ago when that happened. And Cody's okay. He's fine. I'm not having any worry. He's fine. He got looked at. Or everything's great. But that was scary, especially like when I had in the back of my mind or the front with Reagan and the aneurysm. Like anybody can get an right, Brooke. Like you get an aneurysm and you're gone most times. I couldn't lose him. I lost everybody in my family. They're all gone on my mom's side, and I couldn't lose Cody. So after a series of horrible events that happened to me, I come to realize that you're only here for a short time. And that goes to everybody on the internet or in life or in general. Like we only have one life on this planet. And I don't want the remainder of mine to be riddled with hate and rage and guilt and whatever emotion that's there. And I decided I needed to live a different way. And I'm sorry, Susie, for that. Like, we all learn our lessons in our time, right? Like you could warn somebody, like I warn people about something like about Leida, and it's up to you when you want to listen to it. I had hundreds of people telling me, John, you're losing your shit. John, get off YouTube. John, you're a mess. John, you're a disgrace. I mean, and I was all of that. I was absolutely. And I couldn't live like that anymore. So I hope that everybody listening, if you have like you don't know when your last day is. You could wake up tomorrow and die in a car accident. You don't know. Look at Alita's poor baby. That baby had no clue. So and I really didn't plan on talking about like our personal lives because us talking about our personal lives got us nowhere fast. But all I can say is that me and Cody, I, you know what really stings, and I'll be honest, is that for years, get a real job, you suck, you don't work, all that. And it sucked. It did because, like, I was making a good income off YouTube. I didn't need to, you know. No one was saying that to, like, Sherelle or Monica or whoever my other big YouTuber friends were at the time. Just me. I used, get a job. You suck. Horrible. And I reacted poorly time and time again. And I really want to thank everybody who's in this chat who stuck by my side because I probably treated you like shit at one point. And I think I was like, I was self sabotaging my own personal friendship with people just to get me out of it. And I was treating my friends poorly because I needed an out. I just acted like someone who was a psychopath. And for that, I'm sorry. And for the people who stood by my side and I treated poorly, I'm sorry. You know, 50s are, I'm 46. I'm a 46-year-old man. I've been doing this for 10 years. And we all used to have fun here on YouTube, our group. We had laughs every night. And I'm going back 6 years ago. I'm not talking about anything in the present. Just, all of us, we had a good time together. And somewhere in that, it just got terribly ugly. And the real life shit, horrible. And then the pizzas and the cop calls and the tampons. And I'm not even talking about stuff that's happened to me in general. It just, it got not fun. And I said this to Brooke just recently. I said, like, we used to have a lot of fun and everything changed. And I'll be honest, like being on Heidi's channel a couple nights ago, whenever that was, like, and laughing about the switchback with Erica Girardi and all that stuff. And it reminded me how much fun me and Heidi used to have together. And just how ugly it all got. It just so nasty. And I think all of us just got immersed in it. And the only thing I think of to say before I close, I'm tired, and I want to end this live because now when I'm on live, like I can't wait to end them fast enough. We were all good people at one point. And I believe there's goodness in all of us. If I didn't, I wouldn't have unblocked anybody because that would make me look like a fool. Because I trusted them at one point. We're all good people. Oh Lord, what is this?
It's never good when you start like that.
Barbara M said, I told you earlier, John, please read this. You'll never know how much you helped me when I lost you. That's really sad, Barbara. I'm sorry.
I hate Barbara.
And listen, I don't expect all of us to be like kumbaya-ing and like, I'm just being a realist. I know how this community is. We all do. And who knows what tomorrow's going to bring. Someone might get pissed at this one and then everything is gone to hell. But what I can promise you, for me, in my heart, you guys are all welcome here. Wow, you waited 2 whole hours to like get that comment out there. Did I start crying? Okay. It's fine. And I thought, like, and Julie knows, me and Julie I just had a big old ball out fight with Julie, not like last week, about all that shit. So if you don't think, like, but I realize you can't control anybody. And you can't get mad if somebody goes in someone's chat room. And you can't do that. And especially me. I got mad at people going in people's chat rooms because it was like, I'm like, how could you support that? But I've been gone for 6 months, so why should I care? Like it thank you. So I decided to drop it all. I decided to drop all the hate in my heart. I even unblocked Maria. Just to give you an idea. I can't carry this with me. And I don't think y'all can carry it with you either. And I know that you're probably not ready for it yet. But if you just take a break and step aside and just shut off YouTube and stop talking to people on YouTube, you will feel right as rain sooner or later. And if you want to keep fighting, it's because you love fighting. And hey, that's okay if that's your shtick. If you want to go on YouTube and fight people, because that's a big money maker. If you want to do that, that's your shtick. And I get it. Just don't be a victim. Just don't be like, oh my God, like this one is doing this to me. Like, and it took me a long time to learn this. Too long. My life could have been so much easier if I just figured this out a couple of years back. But, like I said earlier, you find out these lessons when your brain's ready to let it happen. It's something I would have to consider. Honestly, I don't know. I had to consider it. But honestly, I'd be more inclined to do it because I just don't want shit from anybody anymore. Everything was a mistake. That whole RO thing was a mistake. It was like so many mistakes. And none of it was worth it. And that's why I'm telling you guys this, because there are better ways to go about things. I think what the problem was that YouTube became a business, and once people started getting monetized on YouTube, when YouTube dropped the bar, because it took me forever to get monetized, but when YouTube dropped the bar for monetization, it was very easy for a lot of people to get monetized doing lies on me, and I gave them plenty of content. I mean, I fed into it, and I put money in their pockets. And when you start, when you stop acting like a fucking asshole, things get better. And I was an asshole. I was a dick. I was cold-hearted. I did a lot of things I'm not proud of. But at the end of the day, we're all here now. Friends and haters combined. Because we need to do something about this. So please, if this if this is the only good thing we all do in unison or by ourselves for the first time ever, then we did something good. For me, it's not about, like, I was covering this on Instagram. I don't need Leida striking my shit. I don't see it. Not that I was expecting to make money off it, because I wasn't. That's why I started this on Instagram. I only went on YouTube to show like the text and stuff like that. But and like you could say you could strike me, and it wasn't about the money. Because I've given up on this money long ago. I just want the awareness out there. That's why I said if my video goes down, anybody has, I give you my blessing. I don't care if you hate me like the sun's hot. You could play it. I will not say anything. I will not strike you. Because she's trying to shut me up. And it's not going to happen. Listen, I have found, we were all friends. I could see good points in everybody that I don't really like anymore. Because, if I couldn't find something good in these people, then why the fuck why the fuck were they my friend in the first place? I had to have found good in these people in order for them to be my friend. And I'm happy that my former friends and enemies are here watching. And I just need like a second again. I'm sorry. Sorry, a lot. But I will be the first member of the press to say that Lita Margarita killed her baby. There. Lita Margarita killed her 5-week-old baby. And that's what we need to focus on. And I'm sorry it got to this point where like we could finally agree with each other. And I'm sorry that it took a baby dying for all of us to get here, which is so horribly fucking sad. And I have felt guilty because I said this a million times on the lies about the dog that she was going to do this again, and I don't know. I mean, there's something I could have done, but I knew it was going to happen. It is what it is. But the takeaway is that we're all here together, all of us together as one community, finally. So let's show the world that we're more than capable of just fighting with each other. We're all smart people. Let's show the world that we're not crazy, insane psychopaths of YouTube. And let's get her. And I'm telling you, let's get Eric too. Because I'm telling you, I know they're both watching. I mean, I don't know if the other assholes lie, but Eric is no better. He may not have like done it, but he'll take her back. You watch. And of all the people on YouTube, we're the best equipped to deal with this. Not everybody else. Because we know who she is. Alyssa. I don't even like saying the name, to be honest, because it makes me sick to say her name. Thank you guys for being here. And listen, if Leida wants to keep striking me, I'll go live all the goddamn time. I don't give a fuck. But let's just first off, let's just pray for that poor sweet baby that never had a chance.
That she finds justice for what happened to her.
You know how many people just pray they could have a baby? I mean, I wish I'd always had a kid. I wish I had a kid. My whole life, I wanted to be a parent, to be a better parent than I had. But, you know, I didn't get that card drawn to me. So that's okay. But what I will say is that my grandmother had to bury 2 of her 3 daughters, one of them being my mom. And my grandmother, and she raised me, cried every night for them and sobbed every night for them. And that never went away. And then she'd be crying to me, and like, you know, I'd be like, I was like 26, 27. And I'm like, don't you ever feel any better about it? Like, I don't even hold the resentment. She goes, you'll never understand it. I'm like, but she was my mom. But that's her daughter. And
It'd be the same if you had a kid that like that fondness that you have that's completely different, you know. It's hard on both sides.
And it wasn't easy for my grandmother because my mom committed S and my Aunt Peggy was murdered. So, I mean, like, she had it every way and she cried every night. Every night. And to see Leida so cavalier about this, it's like an insult to anybody who's ever lost a child. And maybe I'm doing it's resonating with me because of my grandmother. I don't know, but anyone who's ever lost a child and like I have nothing but sympathy and empathy for them to lose a child or be bereft. Lord, when my mom died, my grandmother had to be checked in. It was just a nightmare. For her to be so cold and shallow, being in Hogs Live and, you know, updating her fucking her LinkedIn with her Facebook with a LinkedIn picture and like, you know, it's just a lot. So in summation, what is this now? Oh my God. I don't know what's going to happen to her. And I have a sick feeling that she's going to get away with it. Does anybody else feel like she's going to get away with it? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Leida's going to get away with murder for the second time. Because I think she is. I have a feeling that Leida will walk away from this. And that's how I feel. I think you all agree with me. Why isn't she in jail already? Wicked, you're the only two. Listen, I hope Wicked that like you're right. How she manipulates like the court. She did the same thing when we had the RO case. She went into that courtroom and like the judge, the same judge is presiding, like where Leida lives in Adams County, there's Judge Wood. And that's it. And I watched her, and Cody did too, cry. I'm just somebody who's on TV show. I'm not on social media. I don't know why he keeps attacking me and my family. Huh? Ridiculous. Well, especially like that, like, you know, and I'm being told that, because again, Leida, you have no idea. There are so many people. Leida, you'd be, no, I would, no, you probably wouldn't be. I don't know. Like, you'd be shocked or not. I don't know. To see, and I'm going to post all these texts when a lot of nobody wants to be named because they know Leida will come for her and attack and do something bad to them. So all this stuff that I'm sitting, you have no idea what I'm sitting on, man. But I can't say what if I could say what I can say right now, if you weren't sold already, I'd have you locked in. I can't say it because it's part of a police investigation. I can't say it. Um, it's just very sick. Because she thought that she had killed the baby. And she didn't think that they would put her on life support. That's why. So with all of that being said, I think I've covered everything. I I don't want to keep this going. It's 11:14. I'm good. I made my point. So just in summation, just to recap you guys what I said, at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 5th, Leida was texting somebody about getting a lift to her car that Eric was arrested in. No talk of the baby. And that's pretty much the only thing I could say right now. I love when people are watching late and you see the one come up. But I don't want her to get deported. Usually I say deport, deport, deport. No, 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 no. And I'll pay more taxes if I have to make sure that Lita is in like a jail here with Bertha and the girls from Cell Block D once they find out she's a baby killer. Because you know what's going to happen if she gets deported? She got away with murder once. Her daddy paid off all the authorities. Allegedly. So people were saying deport her to Indonesia. She'll be walking the streets. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. She'll be out. Because Indonesia and the United States have no extradition orders. And for her to go into that hospital, checking in for like mental health, to get checked out 3 days later, and then go on YouTube. She's on YouTube right now. Not planning the funeral for her child. Her infants. Is 5 weeks still an infant? Is that the classification? Is it, that's not a toddler yet, right? Like I don't know, I don't know kids. So, and who gets a dye job? And Brooklyn, are you still in the chat? And she did this last time. She got her mug shot, and then she went to the salon, got an updo, and then fucking got arrested again. Do you want to come up, Brooklyn, and talk about that dye job? Because I would love a beautician to talk about it. Who would worry about their hair color when their 5-week-old baby just died? And if you read the Us Weekly article, it stated, oh, we've been trying to get pregnant for years. But, huh? Well, it looks like it, Julie. Brooklyn, can you back up Julie's statement? But who does that? Like you're 5 week old. Just stop. I like I'm an empath, and like I couldn't even try to comprehend the emotions a new mom would have after losing their 5 week old. You know what you know what emotions you would have? Everything that Leida's not doing. I know, Brooklyn, and we talked about that. And it's not it's not easy. But like I think I could end this live now. Um, if everybody can repost my video if it gets taken down, that'd be great. Because Leida doesn't want that video up. Leida is striking me. That just show you how desperate she is. Because she knows what I had. It's probably the text from Eric. But Leida don't want them texts out. So that's why she must have done it. I mean, I don't know. And I have a feeling she's gonna go to my Instagram because that's where really all the fucking damage is done on Instagram. So if you're not following my backup account, follow that one. It's in my story and IG. But oh no, I've already had like several when I posted today about her like trying to strike my channel. You have no idea how many big outlets reach out to me because they're trust and believe they are watching. And again, not trying to toot my own horn, but I've been in thousands of articles. You know, followers, and I have connections, and this, that, and the other. Now I haven't been telling people to like watch my Instagram. I mean, it's just obvious. Like when you're dealing with a baby killer, they'll get attention. But it's fine. Lita thinks she can shut me up because I'm like the lead person, I guess, on this. I don't know. Uh, the texts are on my Instagram. I will buy a billboard if I have to and post a text on it. So I don't want to keep this going. I'm actually like super tired and I want to go to bed. I keep different hours now. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And like I said, I've given everybody a clean slate. And it's up to you if you want to give me one in return. If not, that's cool. I just can't live with all that hate in my heart. And let's just get Leida. And I'm telling you, to the people who are feeling bad for Eric, do not. Because trust and believe, Eric will take her back. Eric signed off on a 4-year restraining order against his own daughter, Tasha. Eric signed off on Leida abusing the puppy and made a statement saying he was the one abusing the puppy. Meanwhile, Leida's claiming insanity for abusing the puppy. He most likely did. So when I call them monsters, The only thing I can say about Eric is that I don't think Eric harmed his child. And what a low bar to set. But that's all I got for you guys right now. And I'm sure this will get struck too, probably. That's okay. I mean, like, shit, I can go on IG Live, I can go on Twitter, I go live on TikTok. I mean, I have 8 million different portals of technology. And the more you try to silence me, the more I will reach out to everyone in my contacts who have millions of followers and get me the views that I need when talking about you. It's up to you. But I'm going to keep reporting on you because you killed your baby. You killed that baby, Leida. Killed it. Killed it. A 5-week-old baby because you're a fucking monster. That's you, Leida. Since you're watching. You tried to kill a puppy, and then you killed a dog. Then you killed a baby. So anybody giving this woman any type of credence, well,
It just shows her character.
that's on you.
Yeah. The person you are.
And I want to thank everybody for being here, especially like, all the people in my chat that you probably never thought in a million years you'd ever see. Because, deep down, we're all good people. You know who's not a good person? Fucking Leida. You know who's not a good person? Eric. Bingo. They're not good people. All of us have like some modicum of like goodness in our hearts. All of us do. Even to my biggest haters, I can say that. So please, let's just make sure that this woman doesn't get away with murder for the second time. And that's the real takeaway. So, thank you guys for being here. And if Leida wants to reinvigorate my YouTube career, keep striking me, because I will do this every day. And to like all the content creators in my chat right now, just do me a favor. If my live gets taken down, I don't care about the views. Like 7,500 views. Who cares? Like, I don't care about the ad revenue I got from it, because that's not my income anymore. Like, this is just like whatever. It's it is what it is. It's not important to me. Like, this content's important to me. Like, but making money or coins off this, that is the last thing on my mind. So please, let's just keep it together, and let's make sure that poor baby Alyssa, let's make sure that she gets the chance she never got. And that's it. So with that being said, good night to everybody, and I'll see you soon.